Yo, what's going on, Ringside family? It's Monday. And man, do we got a show to talk to you about tonight? As you can as you can tell, it's just me, but it's not I'm not just here by myself. Like we always say, we a family. So, I know I gotta bring my queen on because I couldn't do the show without her. I'm gonna go ahead and bring her on real quick. Queen Rose, how you doing? I see you feeling the beat tonight. I see you feeling the beat.
Yes,
And you're wearing your watch this week.
Yes.
And yes, the watch
I
is
gotta
back.
bring the watch. And you know what, y'all? I met my step today. Your girl is doing it. Yeah.
There you go. That's what's up.
Mhm.
Get that track going. Get them steps in. Proud of you. Yes. But how has your Monday been? How has your Monday been?
Ooh, my Monday was a Monday. Let's just say that. It was a Monday.
Okay.
I was tired. And you see these bags in my eyes. I'm wearing the glasses today. With a puffy little tired. That's okay. I thought Raw would carry me through, but
I did not.
Not so much.
Okay. Got you. Well, let's get into it though. But it's Monday, but it's a bittersweet Monday for me. I mean, we all had work, but there's a specific person I got to bring up. This man right here, I gotta say, shout out to the Hart family. 23 years now? Yep, 23 years. It's been since Owen Hart has passed away and just left the wrestling industry. Whew. Man, this one's a tough one because I felt like he was gone just when he was at his peak because they could have really. He's the one that they said if you put the rockets on him, he would have took it to the moon and then some.
Oh yeah.
Man, you got since before we do get into Raw, you got any memories of Owen you want to speak on?
Oh man, just when he started rivaling with his brother Brett, I remember that.
Yes.
Of course, I was still, a bit young, still getting into wrestling, but I remember that. And I remember the brother versus brother angle. I remember just because I was a Brett fan. But so when Owen, I was like, man, he's so passionate. Like they were like polar opposites when it came to, well, I shouldn't say polar opposites, but the
No, you can call them
dynamic.
polar opposites because
Yeah, I
they kind
mean,
of were in the ring.
yeah, the dynamic of their passion for the business was just, I could tell even at such a young age. And it really, he was one of those wrestlers that really got me engaged and wanting to watch him. And I feel like, like you're right, he was gone too soon. I clearly remember that episode when, he unfortunately passed away, that dreadful episode. And it was heartbreaking. I had no idea what was happening.
Right.
I got teary eyed and I was just like, no, this isn't real. And it was. And it broke my heart, just like so many other fans. And just makes me remember our $1 Million Mac, just I'm haven't heard from him today, but I'm sure he has this date etched into his memory,
Right.
and will likely want to forget it, but can't, because one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time.
Facts. I mean, I'm like you, man. I was 14 when this happened, and I'm just it is I like you. I just go back to that pay-per-view and just just to hear JR and King just speak about it, because the man he was ascending down and then just snaps. Man, like that's rough because I mean we seen the Dark Side of the Ring, documentary on it when they tabled into this, and the Hart family they still blame Vince for this, and I'm kind of torn. I'm just like it's one of those things to where it's like, is it on Vince or is it just on the company that they decided to use? Because there's still so many questions with it. But like I'm a person. I'm that what if person because I always thought when it came to Brett and Owen, I was the Owen fan. You liked Brett, I loved Owen. I loved his spunk, his tenacity, just his spirit in the ring. He really was that firecracker. Like his nickname says, he was the Rocket. and he enthused that through and through every time he was in the ring. If you look at all of his matches, you know, whether it was the technician in him, the high flyer in him, just the overall, he was literally the hybrid of what we have now. It's hard to put him in a box because he was great in so many different things. And you know, this on this day is I definitely want to just make sure we all remember him because you know the more we talk about him, the more he's not forgotten. And I really feel that you know there's not enough of us that talk about him on a daily basis. You know, before him we had Dynamite Kid. Though that's my parallel. Is I look at Owen and it reminds me a lot of Dynamite Kid, but just you know a hybrid version of that. And I can only imagine if Owen was still living, like how would he have done in the Attitude Era? There's
Oh,
just so many questions I have. You know, it's one of those things where like he was due, and that time was coming, and I felt like it was cut too soon.
definitely cut too soon. I mean, that's something that all of us would agree on. Um, Still makes me emotional, especially watching the Dark Side of the Ring episode again. And I was just
Right.
watching it as an adult, you know, back then. What I
It's
was,
different.
yeah,
Hmm.
it was different. I said, man, truly a company man, willing to do whatever was needed of him. You know,
Right.
at the expense of family. You know, just putting in that work. Um, man, okay. I'm getting emotional, so um, it's just still heart wrenching. So how he would have done in the Attitude Era? Oh my goodness, he would have been the Attitude Era.
Yep. I,
He would
man,
have
you
been the
said that
Attitude,
right.
you know. So
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, you know, today is that day of where you know we remember Owen, and we just lift up the Hart family as a whole. You know, ringside mayhem. Just again, we remember you, Owen. We love you. We miss you. And you know, you honestly, you made a big stamp on wrestling that a lot of wrestlers are trying to do that can't. But you know, as we go from that, and I definitely want to transition into Raw. You know, we definitely got to do that because I don't know, you know, listeners, if you're out there, I want to know how you all feel about this because yeah, I wasn't really feeling it too much. You know, I really wasn't feeling it. But you know, let's talk about it. You know, my queen will be back shortly. She had to step away for a quick second, but you know, we'll run a one man show right now as we normally do sometimes. And let's get right into Raw, man. Show opens up, Riddle comes out. And I gotta say, like, this was probably the most emotional and raw Riddle has been in a while. And he pretty much was just saying that, look, you know, when it comes to Orton, man, that's his bro, that's his dude, that's his brother. And it just hurts him that, you know, Orton's not here. And he's just trying to let us know as fans that hey, Orton's been, you know, he's been battling injuries for quite a bit. And, you know, he definitely showed that concern. Matt, you said you missed a little bit of Raw. It's okay. We'll catch you up, man. We're gonna do our best to try to, you know, break it down for you so you can get a quick little summary of what's going on. You asking how we all doing? I mean, we're doing good, man. It's Monday, start of a new week, and you know, we're just here to talk some wrestling. Again, thank you for hopping on. You know, I know people are gonna be hopping on more and more as the episode continues. But Matt, you know, appreciate you, bro. But yeah, getting back to it though, you know, man, I gotta say, Raw again with the Riddle opening, heart emotional. Like I said, he's just speaking his truth. You know, saying that he does not sure how you know what's gonna happen with RK Bro, but he knows that you know Roman has it out, and he wants that revenge on everybody in the bloodline. If that's the last thing he does before his career is over, he says he's going to take each one of them out. It's believable. Will he do it though? I don't know. I just don't know because you know injuries, as y'all can see, can derail careers. Things change from day to day, as y'all are noticing in the wrestling industry. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. But you know, again, you know, like I said, Riddle opens up, and then we find out. as he's speaking, that we're gonna get a 6-man tag match, and we get Riddle and the Street Profits versus the Usos and Sami Zayn. And man, I gotta say, this was a unique match. Matt, you saying the only part you saw was Bobby's segment? Okay, all right. Hey, like I said, that's why we do these live reviews, man. We try to catch you up on the show, so you, even if you didn't watch it, you can at least visualize what happened, and we give you a pretty decent breakdown. But again, like I said, we get this 6-man tag, Riddle and the Street Profits versus the Usos and Sammy. It was a good match for a minute.
Well,
Hey, my queen's back. You didn't like it?
was it a good match? I don't know. I feel like there was some cryptic stuff going on, but then I could be reading into stuff.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let's see what you got.
I mean, it's the way they left.
Okay.
Jimmy, his wife is Naomi, with the whole Sasha Naomi being made an example of to the backstage locker room. This is going to make waves. So I wanted to make waves.
Okay.
And with the bloodline, like it only makes sense. Like I wonder if they really thought this through, that this is going to impact their moneymaker within Roman and the bloodline and everyone that's on their side. I wonder if they really thought that through. But this match was interesting.
It was. I mean, I was like, Riddle, Street Profits, they're going to do what they're going to do. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. Montez is that dude. I can't wait for that singles push to happen. Like Sir Max says all the time, that's the one. He's the one to look out for, y'all. That man, you can literally strap the rocket on that man, and
why did Riddle have to get the pin?
Sentimental reasons. You got to. That's what I'm saying. You got to go back to his promo. He said, "Oh, Matt, you saying damn, it sucks about Owen Hart. I remember like it was that Sunday night when I was a teen. Yes. We all were teens, man. We all were teens. That's what I'm saying. It hits you different as we adults now." Yeah, but if like I'm saying, if you remember, Riddle ended his promo saying that he's gonna check out every person in the bloodline, anybody that's related to the bloodline. So obviously that explains the finish. He had to be the one to obviously to Randy, do the RKO, pin Sammy, get the win. But as you can see, and it really makes me think that Orton could be seriously hurt because he mentioned his back. He mentioned Orton's back a lot during the promo. And just to see the tribute that the Street Profits and Riddle gave to him at the end of the match, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know if this is necessarily storyline more so or just reality, because it's kind of hard to tell. Because in wrestling, sometimes they're good to work situations, but I don't think this one was a work. I think this sounds like a legitimate injury.
Right. I mean, Matt says, and that's why I didn't watch Raw, because of Sasha and Naomi BS. Seriously, a lot of us aren't. I'm really contemplating, should I watch Raw? I almost didn't come on tonight because I was just like, bruh, my interest in it is really not there, because it's like,
it's not the same.
I need to boycott, but we need to bring y'all the show. You know what I mean? But so I didn't enjoy it. I did it because I had to, right? Yeah. But for the most part, it's just the women's division is horrible.
Right.
I mean, the storylines, of course, are always horrible, but it's just, I feel some type of way. I'm always going to feel some type of way. This BS is too much. It gives me a headache. It's a major thorn in my side. Y'all see the botanical mathematics, y'all going to see some points rating system tonight, because it's just already operating in the negative. Like I'm really reaching from within a deficit right now to even comment on this show, on this promotion, actually, WWE as a whole, because it's like
lacking right now.
It's really lacking. And then to add on top of it, Naomi and Sasha being made an example of, and then Corey have to keep digging on them.
Yeah.
Every freaking chance he gets. Like, seriously?
Yeah, a part of me feels like Corey's just doing it because he knows it's his job, but deep down inside, he knows he don't want to do it. But he's got to provide for him and his missus, because they're married. So it's like I think everybody's just trying to do what they need to do to keep their job and to keep feeding their families respectively right now. I don't know how many people can truly afford to kind of do what Naomi and Sasha did, but I think enough of them did, or if enough of them do, because you gotta look at some of these wrestlers' salaries. Not a lot of them are making that top dollar like Roman or Randy, Riddle, the bigger names do. So I think for them, they're like, hey, as much as we don't agree with this, we got to do it because that's all we got right now, which is unfortunate. But
So
as I say,
Sammy's excuse because he
yeah,
up
it
in
is.
this mix doing the one with the Usos. I said, look at this dude. He a mess. Sami
Mhm.
Zayn is a mess. But you know what? He knows how to make himself part of the main picture,
Oh,
the
all the time.
main conversation happening. And it's hilarious to watch, but it's also quite genius because it's like, of all things, Sami Zayn now is mixed up with the Usos and the Bloodline and the Street Profits, and he can go into a singles run based off of this and keep
Hmm.
himself relevant.
Yeah,
So George,
George, what's going on, George? Appreciate having you
oh,
on, my man.
George,
He's saying they doing to Sasha and Naomi same as they did to Steve when he walked out on O2.
woo.
George, I mean, let's be real before we move on. Let's be real. How many wrestlers have walked out before? Tons, tons. But have we ever seen the severity of what Sasha and Naomi are going through? Nah,
Nah, because they
not at
female
all.
black.
I mean,
This
I hate
is
to
all
say it, like
thing.
Charlotte's done it. Bailey's done it.
Multiple times. Charlotte's
I
done it.
mean, it's one of those things where we really got to start. But I mean, I'm gonna be real. Look at how they treated Miss Jackie. Look at how they treated Jazz. Look how they treated Mac. I mean, it for real. Like it's frustrating. Like it sucks. 'Cause it's one of those things. I'm like you, Queen. Like I want to boycott the E, but we got to cover it. It's wrestling. We got to talk about it. I don't. I just really hope before my time on Earth is gone that we get the changes that we want to see. Because we got a whole younger generation that's coming up that Vince really isn't ready for. Like what Sasha and Naomi did, that's nothing. Like they would walk out and they'd blast. They put it all over social media. They would really come for Vince, and I don't think he's ready for that because I mean
I heard WWE wants to shut down their Twitters, but they
they
can't.
can't. It's because that's their personal accounts. They can't
It's
touch
like,
that.
are y'all serious? Like,
Hmm.
what is it that y'all are scared that they are going to say?
Right.
And it's like, I believe it's because they black and female.
Oh yeah, that's it. Facts.
Hands up, hands,
Facts.
hands
Facts.
up,
I mean,
right?
people of color as a whole.
Right. And then Matt, I mean, I agree with you on
Yeah,
this.
man. Because you're saying,
He said,
can we please let Bianca have a good title run? But come on, man. Look. I'm
we'll
before
talk
we
about it
get out
later.
of here tonight.
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk to y'all about this and see if y'all feel the same way. Matt, yep, you're saying, yep, perfect example with Jazz and Miss Jacqueline. Yes, yes. I mean, it's people of color of a whole. Because I mean, yeah, we got Sasha Naomi, but I still haven't forgot about Mustafa Ali. That's another name, y'all. I mean, this is like people of color as a whole.
The way they punished him, like, no, we're not
Hmm.
going to let you out of your contract. You still owe us. But now look at what they're putting him, and the matches they're putting him in.
Yep.
It's like, wow, Apollo Cruz. I mean,
Hmm.
I know his gimmick annoyed us, right? With the big old metal Q-tip and spear
Hmm.
combination and Aziz and the accent and everything like that. But as soon as they made him switch spots with Omos, that nigga's gone.
Yep.
You don't see them
Not at all.
at all. And it's like, well, dang, he was getting a push and now he's gone. Like back to catering for
And
you.
yeah,
You
I
had your
mean,
moment.
but that's the thing, man. If you think about it, when we say catering, all that means is that creative doesn't know what to do with these wrestlers. So they're gonna keep them, and that's what I'm worried about with
Because
Sasha
he's
and Naomi. They're gonna
stereotypical.
freeze them into these contracts, and
Yeah.
that's not a good thing. I mean, it's one of the things like 'cause I know that both of their contracts are coming up respectively in the next, I think, year or two. So no event is gonna be like, oh well, this is how y'all want to be.
I'll
We'll just
freeze him
freeze
out.
you. Yeah. And that's what they're trying to do. Because if you pay attention, yeah, they're removing. They took all their merch away. They removed them from the opening vignettes. They're removing them from the wrestling sites. Yep. So it's just like,
Removed any mention of WWE
yeah,
from her IG, from her Twitter, and I
I don't
said,
blame her.
I don't. Like, why would I be associated? Whoever wants to blast their place of work or business when they're doing you dirty like that?
Facts.
It's just, oh, my head hurts. But you know what? Professor,
Yeah,
let's
we
continue.
gonna move on. We gonna move on because I'm saying we can talk about that topic forever any day.
Right.
I mean, so we go from that match. Like I said, just a quick little recap. Riddle and the Profits get the win. Riddle ends up hitting that RKO on Sammy, pinning Sammy after the Usos pretty much walked out because the Usos like, we done. I think it could be a potential boycott on their own right. They're saying, hey, we're gonna come out here for a few minutes and act like we here, but no, we good, we out. But now I'm gonna pay attention to that. I want to pay attention to what happens Friday. Because that's the show Simon, Naomi and Sasha were on. So I'm really curious to see what Roman's going to do, how if he's going to say anything or what his actions are going to be, because right now that's the face of the company. He literally is, like his shirt says, he's the needle mover.
Yep.
I wonder if Vince is going to give him that respect. But so we go from that, and then we finally figured out this Bobby Lashley's Almighty Challenge. Now, Queen, at the end of the day, Bobby comes out, cuts his promo, basically saying that, hey, all along I knew what I had to do with Omos. I know what we got is nowhere near being done. He's like, hey, we gonna hash this out of Hell in the Cell. But then MVP and Omos come out, and Bobby literally says, hey, my challenge is simple. MVP, we gonna face each other in the ring tonight. Stipulation is simple. If you win, you pick the stipulation. If I win, I pick the stipulation. Now, I'm highly disappointed because like you're hyping this as an almighty challenge. What was mighty about this?
Not a damn thing. This match put me to sleep. Oh my goodness. I said, here is another meaningless match. Like,
Yeah, especially with how it ended.
yeah, I'm like,
Yep, that's true, Matt. Matt saying they took them off the opening picture from SmackDown and replaced with Cody. Yeah, and a part of me feels, I know Cody feels some type of way, but he knows even if he says something, it's not gonna matter. But it is what it is right now. We just gotta bear through it. Unfortunately, kind of like we had to bear through this segment. Like I said, like really, that's your almighty challenge is a match.
there's nothing mighty about that. Mighty Mouse, maybe.
Man, but it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse because MVP. He's just like, oh, you think I can't beat you? I made you. And Bobby's like, nah, I made you. And I was like, okay, we really taking this back to grade school. There's this back and forth banter about who made who.
It's stupid. It's
Very
stupid.
much.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Very much.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to watch it. I don't care who gets to pick a stipulation. I don't really care at this point. Y'all could have spun a wheel and just picked one. I don't care at this point. Just who wants to see MVP in the ring again? And
I don't mind it. I mean, it is MVP.
Nah, bro. I was over it. I already knew all what he was going to do.
So you're saying it was predictable?
Yeah, very predictable. He did everything except the all in, unless he did that and I missed it.
Okay.
Did he?
Well, I mean, let's go ahead and move on. So, like I said, we get the segment of Bobby saying, hey, this is the match we're going to get tonight. If you win, you pick the stipulation. If I win, I pick the stipulation. And I was just like, okay. But then it gets worse because it cuts backstage and Dana tells Adam that, hey, when Mella's healthy.
Dana?
Yeah. I told you. So last week that I said they're building this feud between Dana and Carmella. Carmella's supposed to be out with the injury. I think it's this storyline. But once Carmella's back,
she got from Sonya, because that's the last time I saw her.
I mean, it could be. It could be.
Or she
could be her jaw because the way she got slapped.
Uh-huh.
But
got slapped another way.
Well, hey. we gonna leave that one alone. But
Matt
again,
said, "Please, Lord, I like Bobby Lashley, but this feud with Omos got to go. It definitely has to go.
facts, Matt. We agree
It has to
wholeheartedly.
go. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what I mean. It has to go. It's time for you to go.
Facts, facts.
It's time to go. It's Melly.
Hey,
We
but
don't, we
you
don't want
said
to
that
watch it anymore. We don't want to watch it. This
I
match
don't want to
has
watch
to go.
this.
It has
You
to
trying to
go.
see this?
I don't want to watch it again. Yeah, I
Do you
don't
want
like
to see Dana and Carmella in the ring?
Nah, bruh, nah. You already know how I feel about Carmella. I don't want to hear that name at all. At
Okay.
all. She can stay gone. I didn't even miss her. That's one person I wish can walk out.
Mm. Well, I mean, like I said, it got worse. So it gets even worse because as Dana's leaving, Becky's walking in. They bump into each other. They share a little tiff, and then Becky pretty much cries her way back into title contention because she said, "Oh, Asuka cheated last week. Use your powers to erase that record." And I was like, "Really? Look at who's calling the kettle black here." Matt saying that's just me with their feud. It should have been over after the cage match. I I completely agree, Matt.
Cage match.
Completely agree. I mean, it wasn't even really a cage match, but I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. But Queen, look, let's roll back into this one. So, like I said, Dana leaves. Becky walks in, tells Pierce to use his powers that he
What
doesn't
power?
understand. Yeah, that he's like, oh, I don't
Like
know if I
Tim
can do
says,
that.
Pierce can sometimes make a match, but can't make a match, but has the authority to make a match. You know what I mean? Like that
That
whole.
because that's literally what he told Becky. But then when it's all over, what he's told her is like, hey, we'll do this. I'll give you a rematch tonight against Asuka, and if you win, it'll be a triple threat match. Once he said that, I already knew we get a triple threat match. The E
Why?
literally makes it so predictable of what's gonna happen when they do things like this. I
Why? I
don't
don't
know. I don't know.
understand. I
So
would love to have just seen Bianca versus Oscar.
yeah,
I would love to see that one on one.
Matt, you got jokes. He said, "Yep, Carmella probably smelled Newports."
No second points. Yeah, she looked like it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, so this happens. We find out later on tonight. We got the match between Becky and Asuka. And like I said, the stipulation was simple. If Becky finds a way to win, she's added to the card of Hell in a Cell. So it becomes a triple threat match.
Becky's starting to get Charlotte treatment.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So I mean that segment happens, then we roll on back to the ring. Judgment Day comes out.
This is a whole nother faction I'm getting irritated with.
I'll say this. I mean, they all come out. It's Edge, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley. Damian's on the mic first, basically telling everybody to stand up and acknowledge Edge. And
Damien
cuts a
Yeast.
promo
Remember that.
on.
Damien Yeast.
Yeah, I'm not doing that
Can't
tonight.
get a rise out of anybody. Just dull.
He
Dull.
tried. He tried. I'll give you that. He did try. He cuts his little promo on basically, everybody's gonna learn how to be themselves because everybody's scared to be themselves, which leads to Rhea stating that, hey, when she was basically talking to Liv, she's like, hey, you actually do something for yourself. Stop listening to the crowd. Stop listening to those around you. It's best to be yourself. And then we get Edge, who goes on and rambles. I repeat, he rambles just
Old
to
man
simply
Miller.
say, nobody knows how to. No one is courageous anymore. No one
And
is.
I
No one
feel
has the
like
courage to be who they should be. And I was just like,
right.
bro, you waited too long for it. You
I
said way
feel
too much.
I feel like that whole segment was innuendo about the whole Becky and Naomi thing. I don't know if that's just me, but I
Huh.
feel like everybody's using their promos to
Mhm.
indirectly say what they feel about this situation and tying it in and having us
With
as
Naomi and Sasha.
yeah, and
Yeah.
having us like kind of, oh, did they catch that? Oh, we caught that. Oh, kind of telling us what they feel indirectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they know we smart. They know we
Mhm.
smart. You know what I mean? They
Right.
know we can
Right.
pick it up. And I felt like that made me tune in a little bit. I was like, was he talking about Sasha and Naomi and how nobody in the back has courage to stand up? I was like, ooh, he agreed, and he a big dog.
No, they do. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he knew his limitations and he was able to weave it, even though it was a long promo from him, but he weaved it to say, hey, in his secret, in this cold way, he's trying to say, hey, Sasha, Naomi, I'm here for you. I got your back.
Right.
That's literally what it was. And I respect it, because if you really peel it back, that's literally what he's saying is like, don't be scared to be who you are, to stand up for what you believe in. But then it goes from that, and then he says, we got to add more members. So who's next? Who wants to be a part of it? He started naming names, and you can just tell by crowd reaction. The one that popped for the most was Finn. Now, I've been saying that for the past couple of weeks that Finn will be the next member of Judgment Day. This kind of cements it for me, because the crowd speaks. Obviously, the crowd wants to see Finn be a part of the stable. I've been saying, like, as I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, I think he's the next one up. We shall see. But, in Edge's heart, he wants AJ
to join.
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So is this a thing of where I beat you up and then you join? Like an initiation thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep tuning in with this faction, because, they definitely are trying to increase their members. They made an open call to anybody in the back that, you can definitely be a part of Judgment Day. You just got to fall in line with our rules and live by our motto. So, like I said, we'll see. We'll see.
I agree with Eddie. Eddie says, how can a $1 billion company be this sloppy? Pat McAfee said he didn't know what was going on, bruh.
I believe it. I believe it.
Nobody
I mean, because, like, Eddie, you gotta remember. I don't know if you remember when they did the cuts from NXT. Like, none of the writing team knew that those cuts were happening, so they literally had to change that show on the fly. And so I'm with you. This is a $1 billion company, and they are not doing what they're supposed to do at all.
I don't know.
I don't know what else to say. I mean,
someone is slipping something into Vince's coffee and making him wigged out in gorilla for him not to see what's happening. I don't know. I just have to explain. I have to find some type of reasoning as to what is going on with this company right now. Because to use two women as an example,
right,
to the locker room, because you feel some type of way about the way you're being booked. Like, we made history, and this is how you guys are writing our storylines. We don't want it. We don't like it.
Right.
Use our strengths. These are the ideas we have that we can execute the best of our ability. Is going to come out fire, but you giving us this BS? Hell no. Oh my God. Oh, what's next?
Well, like I said, we get the promo from the faction, and then we get the mixed tag match. Liv and AJ versus Rhea and Damian Yeast.
Yep.
As you so call him. Yeah, this match. No, George, I disagree. George is saying it's all Pritchard and Mr. People Power fault. Nope, I disagree. It's a name I mentioned in the last episode. It's Nick Khan. Nick Khan is the, it's basically second in command, and what he says goes. I mean, literally what they're looking at.
Sucky command.
Yeah. Huh?
I thought you said sucky command, not second.
Oh, second in command. Okay, I don't know where you got that from, but all right. All right, Matt, you're saying you knew it was bad when they rehired Johnny Laurinaitis. I think it was bad. Honestly, I think it was bad before that. The E hasn't been good for a minute. It's been a cool minute, but let's get back to this match. We get the mixed tag match, and Rhea and Damian get the win, which is predictable. But then after, it becomes a numbers game, and Rhea, Damian, and Edge take out Liv and AJ. And if you notice, there's no Finn didn't come out this time like he did the last time. Again, this man is joining Judgment Day. It's like, what more do we need to see?
Really?
It's happening.
I don't know. No, how much more would I want to see this faction if Finn Balor is a part of it?
I'm telling. I already said it. They wanted Harlan. Harlan got released. Yes, Eddie. You're saying so? Nick Khan is Vince's number two. Yes, yes, he is. If you really dig into these releases, whose name is attached to it? Nick Khan.
Yep,
Oh, definitely. And Matt, you're saying, oh, definitely Nick Khan. Thank Professor with this bull. Yep.
yep, that's who we thank for all this BS going on. Exactly, exactly. Oh boy, oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, again, this is just raw, man. We get this match, like I said, predictable. You get your heels winning the Rhea and Damien, becomes a number game. They take out AJ and Liv. They do the whole pose at the end.
And Finn didn't even come out.
I told what did I just say?
Ugh,
Be prepared.
all right.
Be prepared.
Then
Finn's
what's up
next
with the
one.
whole Bullet Club thing and
Storyline.
oh,
Storyline.
oh yo.
Mm-hmm. I agree, George. Finn is going to Pele kick the shit out of AJ. That is correct. Man, it has to be sold that way. They got to
Woohoo.
write it. They got to write it.
Oop-de-doo. Okay. Well, what else? What else happened on this show?
We cut backstage again. Your favorite person.
Adrenaline.
Okay, see, now we ain't doing that tonight because Max not
Damn,
here
my
too.
soul.
So no, but Miz over here is saying that he piggybacks on Seth. He's tired of Cody getting all this special treatment, and in their match tonight, he wants to take him down a peg or two just to show him, the lay of the land, so to say.
Lay the land. Cody.
I didn't care for it. I
Longer than this
mean,
has.
you remember Cody's back now, new character. He's pretty much it's very. I mean, I hate to compare it to the two, but it's like with Punk coming back to wrestling, it's kind of that's how the E's treating Cody and his comeback. So if you notice every week, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, who's the topic of conversation? Cody. It's going to be like that for a minute. Do I agree with it? Yes and no. Yes and no. So.
Sorry, I gotta say, Eddie is saying, so is Tony Khan number 2?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm taking that. Am I taking that the wrong way? Because I'm giggling because I'm
Yes, you are.
you say Tony.
You are taking that. So, I mean,
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, like, what do you think of this like quick little segment backstage with the Miz?
Miz is reaching.
Okay.
The Miz is reaching in order to be, to be a part of the chatter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I like the Miz. I do. But it's the same moveset with him. It's the same whole A-lister. The same bandana. Now he switched from red to yellow. I guess I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. Before we move on, Eddie's saying Bryan Danielson was right. Miz is not a good wrestler. I think he's a good entertainer. He's one of the best. He's one of the best. Because Miz is real simple. He knows his lane. He stays in it, and he drives it home time and time again. I clearly have to respect that.
Oh, Eddie, my bad. You meant to say who was Tony Khan's number 2. Oh,
that's a really good question. I would kind of go out on a limb and say Kenny. Just because of the amount of power that Kenny's been showcasing backstage and how he's now running the women's division. I've always felt that when AEW did get created, I mean, yeah, Cody was the big name, but I always paid attention to Kenny Omega. Always. And I really feel like he has a lot more responsibility and power than people realize. because they still do go to him for the storylines. He still has a final say on what we're seeing on TV week in and week out for AEW. That's who my pick is for Tony's number 2.
I still think Tony Khan is number 2. It's number 2. It's a number 2.
Oh, you know what was a number 2? Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. His entertainment, Matt, because Matt is saying Matt got mouth. That's all. Yeah,
Miz
he can
got
talk
mouth.
on the mic. Or Miz, yeah, I'm sorry. Miz got mouth, meaning that he's a talker. He can, yeah, it's
George is saying Nick Khan is Tony Khan's secret spy in the Eve, releasing people for Tony to hire. Yo, I've thought that too.
that could be.
I was
That
like,
could be.
Khan,
I like
that
where
is,
you going with that.
they're playing the ultimate con on us. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't, y'all ain't slick.
Yep. Eddie's asking, isn't Kenny in charge of the women's division? Yes, he is, but remember, he's still also EVP. And now that Cody's gone, I feel that he's taken more of a bigger role within the company.
Bigger percentage of that.
Oh, yeah. Big time. But, like I said, you were saying, Tony Khan is a number 2, but this right here.
We don't mind Eddie.
No, Eddie, you're good, bro. You saying
I'm
I'm sorry, I'm
talking
talking about other stuff.
where all was garbage. Yo.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it
It's
was.
good. Trust me. As you can tell, we ain't really feeling the episode either. We just, pushing by because we trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole segment, Queen, we find out we're getting King's Court tonight, and he's, and we find out his guest is Veer Mahan. Yeah, this was bad. This was just god awful trash.
King of all people.
King tried. He cried cracking jokes on Veer being hairy. But it bombed. It bombed.
They made this man talk. They made him talk. And the way he spoke, I said, does he have a mouthful of non? I said, what did he say? What did he say?
Huh? But yeah, I mean, so like I said, we get King's Court. King tries to interview Veer. It goes horribly wrong. Veer was literally about to snap King in 2. Then we get the Mysterios music. They come out. They finally sync their forces together, quote unquote. And they scare Veer a little bit. Veer didn't know what to do. He's getting hit with 619s, with drop kicks.
What 619s? They're just drop kicks. Like
he got hit one. He got hit one.
Did he?
Yeah, he didn't know what to do. Dang, Matt. Bathroom break for 3 hours. Whoo, that's a long one. But yeah, I respect it. I respect it. I really do.
So many.
Yeah, but again, like I said, we get trash, and then Alexa Bliss. I'm confused. She looks saying Sony needs therapy.
That made me giggle. That made me giggle. But she do.
Yeah.
She do.
But here's the thing. Where are they going with this character? I have no idea where they're going with Alexa.
I don't know either.
Tristan,
where you been? He said, I'm gonna activate my evil laugh and play. Here I go by Mystical.
Hey, that's a song too. That's a song too. Yeah, so unfortunately, like I said, she pretty much cut her promo backstage saying that, she's been on a winning streak. It sucks what happened to Sonya. Sonya should get some therapy. That might do her some good. And then we segue into her match with her old friend Nikki ASH. Alexa gets the win, as I figured she was. I'm really tired of this Nikki Ash character. Why are they continuing this on?
We don't know, but Matt said, "Damn, I should have watched the NBA game."
No, you shouldn't. It was a blowout, bro. You would have been mad. It was a blowout. No, Boston blew out Miami.
Bad night for TV for y'all.
Yes. Goodness. See, now you got me started, Matt. Where'd it go?
Who played?
I was mad.
I didn't even. Who was playing it?
It was Boston Celtics versus the Miami Heat. And now it's tied 2 games apiece going into game 5. Boston got all the momentum right now. all the momentum. In the first quarter, the Heat only had like 7 points. That's how bad. That's how big of a blowout it was. It was ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, it was bad.
Dang. Okay,
Yeah,
well, back to Nick and
back to the
Nikki.
match. No, like okay, so I'm cool. I'm cool with Alexa getting, this is now her third win in a row, which makes me think that maybe she's being built to challenge for the title sooner rather than later. Respect, Tristan. You've been working. Respect, sir.
He works hard for the money, so hard for the money. Okay.
Matt says, "Well, I might delete my DVR episode of Raw." Yeah, you should. You really
Yeah,
should. You ain't gonna miss
yeah.
much, man.
You ain't gonna miss much. Nope. Nope. George said, I was
Dang.
just
See,
waiting
this is
for
how you
Betty
know it was
Boss.
bad. This is how you see. Folks know
Watching
it
this
was
garbage
bad.
show raw, yo, it rubbed us raw. Like my eyes. I kept doing this the whole time. Like, what am I watching? Like, oh my
But
god.
here's my question, right? Nikki takes another loss. Alexa takes a win. Where do they both go from here?
With the way creative is right now, yo, they probably take Nikki out of this superhero costume, or they're probably gonna enter them into this women's tag team tournament with
Yeah.
vacated titles.
But see, I'm kind of curious to see if they're gonna put Alexa in it, and if they do, who's gonna be her tag partner?
I don't want Alexa in another tag team.
Okay.
I don't want
All
her in
right.
the, y'all, I can't even talk. Like, I don't want her in another tag team. No. No.
Okay. Well, we'll move on just because it's hitting the sore spot with you.
Oh, God. Everything about Raw is a sore spot. Like this.
So Tristan, you said wait, Raw was doo-doo. Damn, they've been the best show for almost the last month. Shake my head. They have not been the best show for almost the last month. I strongly disagree.
What shows? Like everything we talk about, or just in the E?
Because just in the E, that has not been the best show. I mean, I hate to say it, but the Tuesday night show of NXT is probably the best show going they got right now. Because even SmackDown has been bad. But again, that's just my personal opinion. To each its own. Yeah, so like I said, Leicester gets the win. Didn't really care for it too much. And then Seth over here, basically saying that he's jealous of all the attention Cody gets because that all that attention, all that love used to go to him. But since Cody's been back, he's been getting all that noise, the pyro, the chant. Ooh, no, I did not know that, Eddie. That's going to be huge. So Eddie's saying, did you guys hear that Hikaru Shida wants to bring Vinny and Maya Yamasuta to AEW? Yo, again, we talked about this last episode when it comes to Kenny Omega. The man loves women's wrestling and he loves Japanese women. So, yeah, the more the merrier. AEW's women's division is going to be very Japanese strong. But I'm here for it because they can go in the ring.
And George is asking or saying they're going to put the title back on Bliss.
I think so.
I really do. I see that, but it's going to be really long-winded time until they do. Matt, no, sir. Matt is saying that damn doll is going to be Bliss's tag team partner.
No, sir. No, I hope not.
I don't agree with you on that, but I do agree with you that her new theme song is trash. I do. I don't understand.
I don't understand why they changed it.
Her theme song is just as confused as she is.
But yeah, let's get back to this. So, Seth's backstage basically saying it's like, Cody, since he's back, now he gets a countdown for what? Why? And he's complaining about it. And then Seth says, well, my countdown clock's in my head. And when it hits 0, Cody doesn't want to know what happened. I was like, yo, this is corny. But okay. You tried.
Both him and his wife are delusional.
I guess so. So Trish is saying, yeah, that was just in the Fed, but I've been missing some shows recently. Oh, got you.
Understandable.
Very much.
I mean, Seth, for some reason, I knew this wasn't over. I told y'all he's going to lose his damn mind and just snap and obsess over Cody, and that's exactly what's happening. Is just that. Like, oh my God. I am sorry to our listeners that my energy is so low. This show,
Was
this
bad.
show,
The
this
show was
show,
bad.
this show, this
It
show.
was bad. Let's just
This
call it what it is. I mean, and then
like eating sour candy for me. I hate sour candy. I'm only a chocolate.
sour candy. I love sour candy, so
Well,
that's where
you
we
know, you
defer.
didn't love
But
this show, but this show is like sour candy. You know, like when you eat sour candy, you get that. You get that.
the sour face.
That sour face. Like that was this show for me. What the fuck is this?
Okay.
Ooh, what is that?
Yeah, so we go from one promo to another. Oscar, now, okay, I gotta admit, now I am extremely tired of this. Says that she'll beat Becky again, and this time when she does, she'll turn Becky into big time crybaby. Again, I knew when she said that, I was like, yeah, this ain't happening. Because, like I said earlier,
Like
when
Becky and turning into big crybaby.
nope,
And now she
nope.
said, dun, 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 sorry.
No, I'm not a fan.
I'm a fan of Oscar, but even, she tried it. Tristan, even the rated R evil minister couldn't save this mess. No, he couldn't.
He could not. I'm telling you, I got his point, but
he rambled. Like he tried to bring it all around to a point, and we were just like, so.
Oh, Matt saying, man, I laughed when those little kids cried about when the Bloodline took the tag titles. I mean, I'll give the E credit for that because once that match was over and the Usos got the pin, they got the win. They were very smart. They showed kids crying. They showed grown men crying. Oh, that was funny. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. Matt, and you saying they were Caucasian. I'm sorry I said that. No, you good, bro?
No, it's all right.
You good? You good? I mean,
there was a little chocolatey baby crying, I think.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Again, they were very decisive in what they showed Caucasian kids and adults. That's what they showed. They
didn't know how to swerve the narrative, though.
Oh yeah, of course.
When it comes to the universe.
Yeah, but speaking of swerving, so again, we
swerve?
go from that.
Where's Swerve at? Swerve?
No.
Swerve?
Wrong show.
Swerve?
George says there's a white mom making her kid watch. Damn, George.
That is going to happen to you one day if you don't do your homework.
Man, that part. But I think Tristan says it best. He says when white children cry, the money come in. Yeah, of course, because they hit the emotions.
Yeah,
they hit the emotions. But
I mean, look at little Becky's fan. Like, look how much money that made them in merch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So again, Oscar says what she says, but I already knew it wasn't gonna go anywhere. But then we get the match. Cody versus The Miz. And right when Cody was on the top rope about to do his thing, yes, Eddie, Swerve and Lee next AEW Tag Team Champs. I like the sound of that. I hope it happens. But what I did not want to see, but we're gonna continue to see,
Swerve's
house.
Okay.
But like I said, we get this match, and it was a good match because Cody was doing this thing.
It was a distraction. Let's just call it what it is.
I mean, but it's Cody. The man can wrestle. I'm a Cody fan, so I'm always going to support. But, Cody's on the top rope. I feel he's probably going to do like a moonsault or something like that. But then we get Seth in his Halloween outfit, even though we in May.
It was somewhat normal.
How was that normal?
I mean, it was a jacket. Then pants was not too tight, and the shoes matched the jacket. Right?
How is that normal?
Tristan says Cody is real close to being a
Negro by default. Yep.
I mean, he married one.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day. Matt says, "I hope you're right, Eddie." Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you too, Matt. Because
you're right.
I hope so.
You're right. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen next.
But so like I said, Cody gets jumped on by Seth because Seth causes the DQ, which allowed Miz to win. But then after the match,
Oh,
Miz and Seth come together and take out Cody. And I thought what the most disrespectful thing to me that I thought was Seth taking a belt from that little kid, and then
that Cody gave the belt to when he
right,
came down in the first
yeah,
place, turned around and smacked the mess out of Cody. Oh
yeah.
my goodness. It gave me flashbacks to 1922. Okay. And he went, I said, oh, it was as loud as
Thanks, George.
something
See,
scared.
George, you get it. George is saying close. It was the shirt. I'm just saying facts. Thank you. The outfit was just no.
It was a shirt. Oh, that was a
Yeah,
jacket. Oh, if it was a shirt, then yeah, I'm sorry, Seth. I tried to help you.
you sure did. I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
What was it all tied up? It looked. Why you keep wearing blouses? Because that looked like something that is sold out of Lane Bryant. You know, like when they
He's
the
inspired by Prince. What do you mean? Do you not realize week in and week out?
Tristan said Seth channeled Pootie Tang.
Saturday. I love it.
I love that movie. Oh my
That
god.
movie's classic. But yeah, okay. So seriousness though, is Seth gonna win the Hell in a Cell?
Most likely. Because this needs to go somewhere or something. I believe at WrestleMania we all said this is going to be like 4 more matches, 4 more pay-per-view matches between these two.
So it's gonna get drawn out that long. Ooh, that's
Who
too long.
knows? It
That's too
is,
long.
but the way Raw is going right now, they're going to need it.
Yeah. Another thing it looks like we gonna need, but it's been long overdue as we move on. Because I like where they're going with the storyline with Cody and Seth. They have to they're really trying to build this as the main match of Hell in a Cell right now.
Right.
It makes sense. This is where all the attention's going. You got your two workhorses going at it because they're both literally they're great workers in the ring. They carry matches. They both can pretty much talk. So I'm here for it. But Queen, what was this? What was this?
Oh, thank you.
Why did I do this to myself?
Thank you. Look, y'all, I'm losing my double chin, so I can't really do it as well as I used to. Thank you. For y'all that just joined, I matched all my steps on my watch today, so I'm very proud of myself. But thank you.
Oh my gosh. Y'all help me out, please. Tristan,
I don't know
somebody.
what the hell this match was. I didn't watch it all. All I saw was KO yelling at Ezekiel.
All right, I'm gonna have to catch you up then. Let me catch up on some
Yeah,
comments. So Matt saying, "Yo, Tristan, you're wild," and then Tristan just said it was either Pootie or Ike Turner. I chose the one that was deliberately funny.
Ike's funny too.
Anime. God,
Oh
eat
my
that cake.
god.
Yeah, but yeah, so we get Chad versus Ezekiel. Otis and KO
Mm-hmm.
are ringside. They
Mm-hmm.
end up, trying to think that they can, pull the wool over the ref. They get caught. They get tossed. Ezekiel gets the win. And and then KO said pretty much, I'm done with this. I challenge you to a match in Hell in a Cell. Ezekiel obviously accepts. So we get KO versus Ezekiel.
I
I have
can't
a
imagine anybody tossing
pre-show
Otis
match right
anywhere.
here. This is gonna be a pre-show match. I'm gonna call it like I see it.
Almost definitely. When do you think this storyline is going to end?
After Hell in a Cell.
Really?
If not Hell in a Cell, then it's either Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. But it has to end by then. They can't keep going on with this because
I need a
everybody's gonna get
segment
tired of
with
it.
R-Truth and Ezekiel.
Oh no. That'll be gold, but
And R-Truth come out as a DNA
expert.
specialist. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That actually could work.
Ooh, Eddie's saying, I was listening to a podcast earlier about how WWE doesn't promote Black culture when it comes to Black wrestlers. Do y'all agree? What can both companies do to address and fix this?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, Eddie, Queen, if you don't mind, I'll go first. I agree. Um, yeah, but I mean, this has been going on for years. This was going on in the 60s, going on in the 70s, 80s, whether even if it wasn't the E, you still had the Southern and the Midwest wrestling companies. It was the same thing. They were playing off of stereotypes. And it's a problem. Um, Honestly, I think the reason why they don't want to promote black culture is that they just know that if they do that, then all their money's gone. Because you look at our culture, man. We're unique for a reason. You can't put us in a box. We have levels for a reason. They don't want us to really be us and give us that freedom to show who we truly are. They feel that they want to make money off of the stereotypes. Oh, you got to act this way, or you got to speak like this, or you got to dress like this. Like that's how they want to treat us. And as you can see, we getting tired of it. So the only way it gets fixed for me personally, what I want to see is we all come together as a culture and we create our own wrestling company. That's what I want to see. If we can do that, then that will shut up the E, that'll shut up AEW, shut up all promotions. Because then where's all your money going to be? Because what we have done then, we've taken all the money out of your pockets and we put it in our own. But Queen, what about you?
For me, they don't respect or understand our culture in order for them to promote it correctly. And it always, to me, wrestling always mirrors society, and what's going on. And for them, in order to gain our money and put people in seats and sell tickets, is to pander to the stereotypes that they see or they think they see or that mainstream tells them who we are. But the moment we show them and tell them who we are from their talent, they take offense. So for me, it's always hard to really address or say how to fix it, because then you're really kind of breaking it down to socioeconomics. You're
Mhm.
breaking it down to history. You're breaking it down to education, right? You're breaking it down to breaking racial and boundaries, and everything like that. And it's just really tiresome, but we can't like get tired of of trying to change the narrative, because if we do get tired of it, then eventually this is this is a place we're going to get stuck in. So
Mhm.
for me, it's always a way to, just like Professor said, we want different, we got to do different, we got to do our own, we got to build our own, and this time stand our ground. And when it comes under attack, fight back.
Mhm. I think that's what. See, to me, I think that's the underlying factor is what is it going to take for us to fight back? Tristan, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. We're trying, man. Eddie, you said they understood our culture when they put it on John Cena. Sorry for the heavy topic, bro. There's no such thing as a heavy topic because all we're doing is we talking as a family. For those that are listening that don't really understand, this is a chance to educate. Yep, Queen with the mathematical +1. Yes, sir, Tristan. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if we really want to change this, we got to talk about it. We can't just talk it to ourselves. We got to take it to the media, take it to the masses, and say, hey, look, we tired of this. Again, the question goes out there: what is it truly going to take for us to say, okay, we truly done with this? I mean, yeah, we'll boycott for maybe a few months, but then we end up coming back. There's some of us that have not, I know for a fact when when we were at SummerSlam and we saw what happened to Bianca, a lot of our culture stopped wrestling, stopped watching the E at that point, and they haven't been back since.
Yo, I stopped cheering
Yep.
the rest of SummerSlam. My butt was in
Mhm.
a seat after that. I was highly upset. How dare you take me through an emotional roller coaster like that for my girl to lose it in 26 seconds?
Mhm.
And I'm supposed to get excited about Carrot Top coming through the ropes. Man,
Yeah. But appreciate the question, Eddie. Don't ever apologize. Ask away, man. I mean
Oh,
that.
continue. Yes.
Ask away. There's no such thing as a bad question. Don't ever feel like something's heavy. Nah, just be the freedom. Just ask what you want to ask, man. We'll
It's been
answer it
heavy this
honestly.
whole
And
episode.
yeah,
Y'all realize this whole episode is a thorn in my side because look, I'm gonna put a sign next episode that says "Boss Glow."
mm-hmm.
My ringtone, my ringtone for I think almost a year now has been Naomi's song by
Feel the Glow
Yep,
by
Feel the
Josiah
Glow.
Williams.
Yep, that's and every time my phone rings now, I'm just mad as hell. Like
Mm-hmm.
she need to go to another promotion with that song. I'm sorry. It's needed now because this is ridiculous. Over 10 plus years, this woman has dedicated her
To this
youth,
company.
her talent to this company, always with a smile, always saying, "What do you need?" Was fortunate to find love in this company, still gave her all, traveled, I'm sure gave her body, and then just this, this.
Man.
You put a belt on her only to strip her and make her an example? How many times do we as Black women, our bodies have to be made as examples, to be showcased, to be showed off, to be ogled and viewed as just
Yeah. So Tristan saying, all things considered, at least she didn't beat Brian's record from WrestleMania 28. Yeah, but here's the thing, Tristan. They actually were gonna
what,
do that.
18 seconds or something?
Like 15. I want to say 15. I think it's 15 seconds. But
Ooh.
you got I really do think they did want to do that, but they knew if they did, it would have been even worse.
Yeah.
Um
Because she carried the pandemic. She carried them through the pandemic. Look at the
mhm.
history they made at Crown Jewel. Talking about Crown Jewel, I feel like they're outsourcing WWE to Crown Jewel.
Matt says, like I said, bathroom break for the WWE as a whole. Facts. Eddie
Eddie.
saying that I've been holding this in for years, but our truth character is basically shucking and jiving. You know what? I have to agree. I really do, but it's kind of like what I said about the Miz. Now, our truth, he's gone from being a great wrestler to a great entertainer, and they know that's his strong suit. So that's what they milk week in and week out. He brings the comedy. He really does. And I love it. I love him for that because if there was no our truth, a lot of the segments you've had over the years would not have been as great if they weren't for him. So I definitely give that man his flowers because he deserves it.
Hey.
He's known how to keep his career going. He's been real light on his body. He knows his lane. I hate to say it like that, but he really does. He knows his lane and he sticks to it. Whenever they need comedy, they know, hey, our truth, this is what we need out of you. And he does
But
it well.
also, when they needed an angry Black man,
Oh, he did that well,
they called
real
on
well.
him too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember early on in his career.
When it was him and Miz.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then they made him lose his mind and start going on Little Jimmy.
That was
and
classic.
then they transitioned him into the caricature.
Yep.
So
Yeah, let's get back into it. So we getting Kale and Ezekiel at Hell in a Cell. I know. We only got a couple more to go over.
God,
And
them made my lips chapped. Hold on.
Got you. So then we go backstage. We get Cody leaving the training room, and he pretty much says that if Seth wants to finish the job, he'll be waiting for him at Hell in a Cell. Simple, right to the point, perfect promo. I was like, I respect it. Basically, Cody saying it doesn't matter what you've done to me. Come Hell in a Cell, you gotta bring even more because I'm still standing. So, I respect it. But we go from that. Then we finally get this lackluster of a match. We get Bobby versus MVP, and the winner chooses stipulation for Hell in a Cell. Yo, this wasn't even a match. Like Bobby was doing his thing till he got to the outside. MVP was doing his whole tactics. Omos, pretty much clotheslines Bobby on the outside. Long story short, MVP wins by countout.
Right. This is so stupid. Like, it really was the point of a filler. This was a filler because of all things, a count out.
Yeah, that I have no words, no words. This was just horrible. It fell flat. But I mean, can we say the last match of the night? Can we also say that this was flat? Can we say that? Because I mean, we got Becky versus Asuka, and like I said earlier, if Becky wins, triple threat match. When Pierce said that, I knew for a fact it was going to happen.
Oh, already. Yep.
Already, you knew. Becky gets the win, but the determining factor here is, Asuka accidentally nails Bianca with her roundhouse kick and takes her out, which allows Becky to capitalize in the ring and get the roll up pin for the win. Question for me is, how does Bianca retaliate? Because is she gonna let this one slide and just look at it for what it is, or is she gonna come for Asuka? Because if you paid attention to her during the whole match, who was she pulling for? Asuka.
Yeah, of course. I would have too. Because I want to be excited about who I'm gonna face. I want to be excited about, oh my goodness, like this is a new opponent. I get to showcase who I am, my growth, and I'm gonna take her out. I'm gonna like be dominant against all these women. And then here come Becky again. I already beat you, Carrot Top. I already beat you. And now you're gonna weasel your way right back
Yeah,
in.
Matt. That's what happened, bro. That's literally
Yeah,
how this match was. Like,
Matt, we for real. We for real. That's exactly what happened. Yep.
um, but yeah, again, it's something I didn't care for. I mean, it's official. We get a triple threat match at a Hell in a Cell, and for me, I'm mad because they should have just left it to Bianca and Asuka. But what does it tell me? Again, they don't feel they have enough star power. They don't feel they have enough money to put people in
They
the
don't
seats
like
to
the
pay
black
attention to
star
the
power.
match. That's
No,
what it is.
they don't want
That's it.
minorities to carry the match.
Mm-hmm. And
They're
you
of
putting
course
Becky in there, and I'm just like, wow.
again,
Like you said, the Charlotte treatment.
Charlotte. Yep. And as much I'm like, I kind of be like,
George, yes, like you said, it wasn't even a believable roll up pin. She
I feel
didn't
like there was a
even do the
botch.
full roll up. She didn't
There was
even
a
do the
botch.
full roll up.
Right.
Yeah.
It was that did not. It neither woman sold that pinup. Eddie says Nick Khan is going to sell WWE for parts in a couple of years. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to
If
be
you
a
pay
sad
attention to
day.
what he's been doing, he's making it more and more commercialized. And the more commercialized you're making this product, it's going to be watered down. So parts, I agree. The E that we see it now in 5 years, I don't think it's going to be what we thinking at all.
Yo, it's gonna be like what Mac drinks every time he comes on here.
Oh no, that's harsh. That's harsh. But you know what's even harsher? You know what we got to do right now? Ratings. You want me to go? Because
I'm still calculating my head. Go ahead.
not even a whole pair of a glass. We're just gonna do one. I'm gonna give it a bifocal. So that's one. That's how bad this
My
was.
vocal is two.
No, the singular one. This is the one eye.
I thought
Isn't
that's
that
a
what it's called?
lens. I thought that's just a lens.
No, there's like literally like it's the eyepiece they wear, but it's still a glass. It's kind of instead of two, it's
Like
just
the one
one.
at the where at the opera. That one, the singular one. That's what you're talking about.
I think so, but I don't know. I could be wrong, y'all. Y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I trust y'all.
Um, Tristan. Oh, you was calling Becky Carrot Top. Yeah, I thought you. I thought you meant the real Carrot because SummerSlam was in Vegas. That shit is funny. Yeah, I called her Carrot Top. I
Yeah,
did. She
and
came
then
back all lean and muscular and hair oranger than
mm-hmm.
usual. Eddie, at
Yeah.
least in AEW, they respect Joshi wrestling and let them showcase their culture. Right. At least, right?
Shout out to Kenny. That's all Kenny's doing.
I got to get my rating. This is going to get a negative 0.2468.
So 0. Can we just say 0? Instead of
Oh,
all
I'm
that
sorry. Did I
negative.
say 2.4? I meant negative 0.248.
Well, yeah. This was, as y'all can tell. Oh, thank you, George. Yes, Monaco. Thank you. See, that's why I love you, listeners. You got our back. I appreciate that. Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you, thank
George.
you.
Thank you for
Appreciate
correcting
you.
the professor.
Yo, I couldn't figure it out. Cause I was like, I know it. Well, like I just had to guess for something. So
For our listeners, what professor was trying to explain was a monocle.
mm-hmm.
One, yeah, yeah. He got
Yeah, I did.
analytical with it.
I sure did.
This show didn't even get a prick of a thorn. Like
George,
that's
yeah,
just how
I respect it.
irritated in my soul this was for me.
George gives it a -1. All right, Tristan. Hey, I love it. We're gonna talk some basketball. I appreciate it. So are you saying anyway, since Raw was sewage this week, are the Mavs finna get swept? I think so. I think the Warriors are gonna sweep them. I really do. I think the Warriors are gonna get the sweep, and then the Celtics and Miami series is gonna go 7. But I think Boston gonna get it at the end. Is it just me? Eddie says, but can you make in the U.S. feel strange because he loved Japan so much? See, Eddie, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like next to Coney, Kenny's the next biggest name in AEW, and you can clearly tell he's really trying to pull in more Japanese wrestlers. Yeah, George, like you're saying, the Monopoly guy, facts. But yeah, it is strange because I'm trying to figure out why Kenny didn't stay in Japan. Like that would have been golden for him. But Matt, you saying you give it a 0? I give you the Cassidy thumbs up. Yes, yes.
I agree with you, my guy. I agree.
But
Negative
yo,
0.248.
this has been a great episode. But before we get out of here, oh Matt, you're funny. Curly Sue Cat says, but yeah, but can he beat Goku? Ooh, I don't know. Goku's just different.
Who's Goku? I feel like that's a video game character. Don't mind
Dragon
me, y'all.
Ball.
I'm not up to.
Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay. So I was right. Okay, in my head.
It was a
Okay,
show.
I got it. That's what I had in my head. That's why I was like, wait, did a wrestler name himself after that?
Eddie
Kenny.
saying Kenny's bringing Japan to AEW. Yep. Week in and week out, you're starting to see it. More and more wrestlers are coming in, especially in the women's division.
Forbidden Door is just a sliding door now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shoot, shoot, shoot.
Matt saying, well, SmackDown is going to be Ash 2 on Friday. Yeah, it's looking that way because I'm not looking forward to it at all.
I wonder how NXT is going to be tomorrow. Shall we
I'm
find
telling you,
out?
that's the best show. That is the best show out right now. Well, Queen, it's our signature time. How do they,
Oh,
how they
well,
gonna follow us?
followers, new followers, follow us on Ringside Mayhem Podcast on Facebook, at RSM Mayhem Pod on Twitter, and at Ringside Mayhem Pod on IG. Also, comment, like, share, and subscribe to SSAW TV and Ringside Mayhem Pod TV on YouTube. You have no excuse. We're in
Click that notification bell.
Click the notification bell to stay updated on new episodes. Thank you for joining us on the LR Room with RSM over here, people. We love you all. We're gonna, let's see, Tristan, Roman would have showed up and planted the seed for the Randy rivalry.
Yeah.
I see that happening. Eddie says WWE don't care no more. They sure don't, and we don't either. So this show is over. I don't want to talk about it no more. It's over already? Yeah, girl, you missed it. We was early. You late.
This Young Rich Skinny, this episode was bad.
Hella bad.
This
Girl,
was
you want to know my rating?
was a dumpster fire.
Did you hear my rating? My botanical mathematics gave this a negative 0.248. that should tell you everything you need to know.
And I understand that you're upset that she disrespected Goku that way, but it's a work in progress.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
Thank you. It's been real, y'all.
It's been real. It has. I mean, for a Monday, the only solitude I have, like I said, is just Owen. But Queen, before we get out of here, tell them about that merch. Tell them about that merch.
Y'all, please, if you have not already, get some of our merch. It's gonna be, we about to be outside, y'all. Get you some of them sleeveless shirts. Get you that hashtag onesie. We're on What a Maneuver. Go ahead and get you some merch. Represent.
Hey, Matt, appreciate that. You have y'all, all of our listeners, Matt included, y'all have a great week as well. Tristan says, I'm finna watch Good Burger. Hey, all-time classic. I'm telling you, love that movie.
Home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Yeah.
Facts. But like we always say, family, you gotta tune in next time, because there's always gonna be mayhem. It might be good mayhem, it might be bad mayhem, but tune in, because you don't want to miss it.
Make sure you watch.
Yeah, watch. Not the literal sense of the watch. Watch us. Okay. I see. But like we always say, tune in next time where all the mayhem goes down.